Live from Johannesburg, this is Friday with Tim Modise. From the glory days of 1996 as African champions, Bafana Bafana have declined from their top 20 standing to an embarrassing 73rd in the world rankings. Football fans have responded accordingly. They are staying away from matches. And even the national broadcaster SABC is reluctant to pay the amounts it used to pay then, now offering only 10 million rands to show the matches. Now, the question we're asking is the national men's team Bafana Bafana worthy of commercial support and your fan support? Later, our human rights-based constitution is one of the most secular in the world in a majority Christian country. Now, question is it a sensible and viable approach by religion-based parties to promote moral ideals in a secular society such as ours? And that's the question I'll be putting through to my guest, the Reverend Kenneth Mishwe, President of the African Christian Democratic Party, this Friday. Now, what is your question? You can tell us over the phone by calling in on 011-759-6340 or tweet us on hashtag Fridays with Tim Modise. But first, here is Shahan with the news.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. Our top stories tonight. President Cyril Ramaphosa has corrected his answer to a parliamentary question relating to his son, Andile. Ramaphosa now says payment was not made to his son, but it was actually a donation for his presidential campaign. Bosasa CEO Gavin Watson put R500,000 into a trust account. Ramaphosa says the donation was made without his knowledge. In a Q&A session in the National Assembly 10 days ago, Ramaphosa said his son had done consultancy work for the firm. Now the DA is calling for a full inquiry into the relationship between Bosasa and the president's family. Political analyst Dirk Kotzer says Ramaphosa's backtracking on information provided in Parliament is worrying.
The way in which President Ramaphosa answered initially appeared as if he knew exactly what he was referring to, and that he had even referred to a discussion with his son. Now it appeared that his son didn't have any working relationship or business relationship with Bosasa or no the African Global Solutions, and that was about a donation that they've made to President Ramaphosa's trust fund for his presidential campaign last year. So it is for a completely different purpose. And I think this raises several questions about, first of all, how informed President Ramaphosa is about his own financial flows. And secondly, about who's actually who supported him during the time of his campaign for the president of the ANC. And to what extent what he presented to Parliament was therefore a misrepresentation. He apologized and he sent this letter to the Speaker and with a request that it is presented to all members of Parliament. So in that sense, I think he tries to contain the damage that was done by this situation.
A report has been released that details the extent of corruption at Transnet and Eskom over the past 6 years. It shows how senior Eskom executives violated financial and anti-corruption laws in awarding lucrative coal supply contracts to Gupta-owned Tegeta. Former Minister Malusi Gigaba has once again found himself in the mix. He allegedly compromised the procurement process for controversial Chinese locomotives.
The minister, during the time he signed as a witness, he was the shareholder minister. In other words, he was the minister who was expected to play oversight on governance issues in Transnet. Then if you sign a document for a procurement that will not have been done properly, and there are issues from that contract, then it was going to be very difficult for him to be able to play oversight role because he's part of that process. And during the signing of that contract, which on the same day, they announced the investment in locomotives, and they mentioned the amount which was going to be for the 1064 locomotives. And by doing that was to compromise the procurement process because already potential bidders will know Transnet is coming and is going to advertise a bid. It's going to be 35 billion. Therefore, there will be no competition. That's why the report will say, by doing whatever he did and pronouncing on the amount, he compromised the procurement process.
And South Africans could face a dark festive season. Eskom says rolling blackouts are likely in the coming weeks. The embattled utility says some power stations are short on coal supply.
And as we move forth to try to turn around this ship, we want to highlight that we do have a recovery plan. And we have touched, in the presentation, I'll touch on a couple of issues. However, it's crucial that I inform you that the load shedding cannot be ruled out for the remaining part of the year. And we request South Africans to use electricity sparsely.
Those are the headlines. I'm back at 10 with News Hour. For now, it's back to Tim.
Thank you very much, Shahan. Well, the question is Bafana worth our money and support? And that discussion will follow after this break.